On April 13th, LesserAFIM rocked the stage at Coachella for the first time ever performing on the festival's second night. Lots of folks weren't happy with their show, saying the group didn't step up their singing game after LesserAFIM's last live encore drama. This led to people dissing both LesserAFIM and HYBE's ability to groom talent. And after Sakura's emotional post about Coachella, things got even worse. Every time LesserAFIM was mentioned online, it seemed like a flood of negative comments followed. Despite the haters, if you check out LesserAFIM's social media accounts, everything tells a different story about their Coachella performance. Their main online spots, like the official LesserAFIM's X TikTok and Instagram accounts, saw a significant increase in followers on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, right before and after their show. For example, their Instagram gained 32,000 followers, with nearly 20,000 new followers immediately after the performance. The group's X account also saw good growth, with a significant increase on Sunday and Monday surpassing the usual small increase. But the real winner is TikTok. It was already huge, reaching 9.9 million followers around April 12th. But with all the hype around Coachella, the group has surpassed the 10 million mark and is currently at 10.034 million, gaining at least 34,000 new followers. The thing is, LesserAFIM still received lots of criticism, and the girls even clapped back at everyone's, including the national TV channel MBC, when their Coachella performances were commented on. Curious? I'll talk about it real soon. Netizens are loving BLACKPINK's Rosé recent style transformations. In the past week, Rosé hit up a bunch of brand events like Tiffany & Co., Solpasu, and Rimowa. People couldn't help but notice that she seemed different, with some folks spotting changes in her features and others loving her wavy hair. Some even jumped to the conclusion of plastic surgery, but most fans are actually hyped for a different reason: her styling. Once all the event pics started popping up, fans noticed that Rosé switched up her makeup and styling crew. Specifically, there's been some flack aimed at Hyein for her kinda blank looks on Rosé before, and not putting much oomph into the makeup for the whole squad. Before, Rosé used to stick to a pretty plain makeup vibe and rock the same hairstyle every time. Fans are hoping Rosé keeps shaking things up, gets more experimental with her makeup, and maybe tries out some new stylists. When it comes to live shows, you'd think people would cut some slack, since singing and dancing at the same time takes serious skill and focus. But recently, there was this online post dissing NMIXX Sullyoon for not looking pretty enough during a performance. Luckily, Sullyoon's fans rallied around her big time. The post shared a few screenshots from her live singing, which is rare these days since lip syncing is more common. The pics weren't the most flattering, but come on, they're just quick snapshots from the show. Plus, Sullyoon's gorgeous most of the time, and she's known for her looks for a reason. At the end of the day, K-pop idols are performers first. They should be able to focus on giving their best show without worrying about looking perfect every second. Luckily, most people in the comments had Sullyoon's back. On April 13th, BABYMONSTER from YG Entertainment hosted their very first face-to-face fan sign event in Suwon. After the event, a tweet showing Ahyeon interacting with a fan blew up online, praising her as a natural-born K-pop star with loads of potential. In the clip, Ahyeon's signing the merch without even looking because all of her attention was for the fans. She was even locking eyes with them and making constant eye contact to ensure fans felt seen and heard. Just signing stuff, she's locking eyes with the fans, all ears to them. But this wasn't the first time she showed she was born to be an idol. A while ago, Ahyeon printing the South Korean flag on her earpieces also created buzz online, as until now, no other idols have ever done that. Actually, there was Jungkook with his famous past earpiece design, but his was still a variation of the South Korean flag, not one like Ahyeon. So does that mean Ahyeon only cares about South Korean fans? No, and in fact, Chinese fans even utterly adore her. Ahyeon is the only member in BABYMONSTER and one of very few Korean idols speaking fluent Chinese. But she seemingly doesn't do it for show, but genuinely immerses in Chinese culture and loves Chinese fans. She even learned how to speak in Chinese and on Weverse. She also replied to Chinese in their own language. An FYI is that she answered over 400 fans' messages in 2 days. This was even confirmed by a Chinese fan as the fact Ahyeon picked fried dough sticks when being asked about a favorite Chinese dish, rather than saying common options like hotspot or malatang, which only showed one's person lacking understanding about the local cuisine, had really convinced them about Ahyeon's sincerity. While many thought netizens' reactions to LesserAFIM at Coachella and the fact that their vocal was labeled noisy by MBC News had already been the worst things ever happening to the group, it has recently turned out that the girls themselves had also unfortunately made things worse by their posts on social media. On April 15th, Sakura made a lengthy post on Weverse discussing her thoughts following their criticized performance at the music festival. "This was the best performance we have ever given." Sakura talked about LesserAFIM's performance at Coachella, and her message only added fuel to the fire. Sakura started by asking what it really means to be on stage. Is it about looking perfect, making people happy, or doing everything without mistakes? She said that for her, performing is all about making sure everyone has fun. Then, Sakura said she was the only one who truly knew what she was doing and how she had done everything that she could that day, which was implicitly understood by some as a fireback telling people to be quiet with all the baseless criticism because they knew nothing about her or lesserafim. However, Sakura's statement received mixed reactions. On online communities like Pan, Nate, and Thaku, viewers criticized her, calling her shameless for actually debuting several times and already in the industry for 13 years yet couldn't sing a line properly. Some defended her, saying her shaking vocal was due to inherent health problem, but in that case, others said while they could understand for her vocal, such a challenging attitude of Sakura still made her a target of criticism. Then Chaewon, being a leader, also joined the chat and of course was also hated just as much. She received criticism when she posted and then quickly deleted a video of US artist Doja Cat using explicit language while flipping off on the Coachella stage. While such actions are not usually controversial in US festivals, sharing it was seen by some as Chaewon's way of responding to critics of lesserafim. This has left fans puzzled and critical of her decision, with comments like, "She's lost it. She shouldn't give people something to criticize. She'd better disappear for a while. A performance that lasted minutes and she posts that?" The thing is, like I said in the video, followers of lesserafim all went up drastically after the Coachella stage, so maybe the girls weren't that bad? What do you think? Comment down below to let me know. Claiming herself a big city girl.
Nature or city? City. I'm a city girl.
It should be no surprise that she is a big spender for the lavish city life as well. BLACKPINK's Lisa has been making waves with reports of her big money buy in LA. Netizens have always been impressed by her flashy purchases after years of hard work. Recently, the idol even did a house tour and showed off her exclusive car. On April 17th, the New York Mag Mansion Global spilled the beans that Lisa might have snagged a suite pad in Beverly Hills for a cool $3.95 million. In the article, they spilled some deets about the place. It's a fresh renovation, but still rocks an old-school vibe. Despite being on over 1.3 acres, it's super private thanks to its massive lot and surrounded by hills and killer views. House of Rollison, the renovation crew, kept some of the original design elements like iron sconces and a river rock fireplace. Inside, you'll find 4 bedrooms, a clay tile roof, stone floors, and vaulted wood ceilings. It's nestled in the Coldwater Canyon Hills, snuggled up next to the Santa Monica Mountains. And even though it's not official yet, when word got out that Lisa might be dropping serious cash on a mansion, fans couldn't help but feel proud of her flexing. Plus, with signs pointing to Loud being US-based, it totally makes sense for Lisa to have a spot to kick back in the States. While it's not confirmed, the house and its deets seem like the perfect fit for Lisa. And let's be real, this idol deserves nothing but the best. Previously, South Korean media reported that BLACKPINK's Lisa is raking in some serious cash, thanks 7 figures every year. She's pulling in at least $300,000 for every show and a whopping $600,000 for every endorsement deal. With all that dough, Lisa's living large, boasting a bunch of fancy rides in her car collection. She's got everything from Rolls Royces to McLarens to Lamborghinis.